YouTube. We'll give it a couple of minutes. Right, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. And we're live on Facebook now. We're fucking rolling. We're on it. We're on it. Anyone who's jumping on, just give me an emoji in the comments just to let me know that you can hear me and you can see me okay, please. And also, if you're watching this on the replay, you know the deal. Give me a hashtag replay. Are we going? You guys on Instagram should be hearing me all right. You guys on Facebook, YouTube will hopefully be hearing me all right, because we will see. We will see. Sweet, we're rolling. Guys, I will get into this when I hit record, but this is the first episode. This is the first episode in my new house. I'm going to get into more details shortly, but we're going to get going in about 60 seconds. We're going to give it a minute. We're going to give it a minute. I'm fucking excited, man. But I did a lot of procrastinating before jumping on. About jumping on, I've done 140 odd podcast episodes, and I sat here for the last hour procrastinating about it. What the fuck, mate? Like, what the fuck? But I'll get into that shortly in the episode. Right, sweet. We've got 7 of you on Instagram. We've got 1 on Facebook. We've got no one on YouTube yet, but we will get there shortly. Right, shall we hit record, get going? 3, 2, that was a 3. That's a 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right, we're going. Cool. Yes, gang, what is happening? Welcome back, actually, because it feels like forever, an episode of the Type 1 Movement podcast. It is fucking swearing already, mate. It is awesome to be back. I'll tell you what, it feels like forever. It's only been, when did the last recording episode? Probably about 3 weeks ago. But it feels like forever, and I fucking missed it. So before we get into this, I've got a good one lined up for you guys today. Before we get into this, please leave me a rating and a review on the podcast app, as it really does help me reach more Type 1 diabetics and positively impact our community. Also, whatever device you're listening to it on, screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at Type1_Tom so I can reach out and I can say thank you. So this episode is going to be about how to manage when life gives you lemons. I'm going to tell you a good story about me moving into my new house, because that's basically why I have been so quiet on this podcast. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. I've recorded about 140 odd podcast episodes now, about 140 odd podcast episodes. And I just sat here for the last hour procrastinating to fuck about recording an episode. I think it's because I've got a dedicated office now in my new house. I've just purchased a snazzy proper podcasting mic. My setup's different. When I'm recording this on the live, it's different. Everything's different. And I think it was probably just like, oh, is everything right? Is everything going to be okay? Are my notes all right? And I was going over all this shit in my head. And I think as Type 1s, you guys are going to be able to relate to this. We're like, is everything right? Do you know what I mean? I've got all my stuff. What happens if I give too much insulin? And this was the same for me. I was sat there, I was procrastinating to fuck, sat here for an hour. And I was like, you know what, Tom, you're just going to have to hit record, hit go live, record it, and do it. And what happens, happens. And it's the same for a lot of you guys. When you sat there, I want you to remember this. When you're procrastinating about what's going to go on with your blood glucose levels, what if you go out for a run? What if you go on a ride? What if this happens, that happens? Just go and fucking do it. Just go and do it. Just like me hitting record on this. So, like I say, I'm back. It's been a few weeks. I have missed it. Hopefully you guys have missed me as well. But we are back for good now. And I've got some amazing content signed up. Well, ready to go for you guys. Yeah, ready to go. A lot of good episodes. And I just want to say, before we get into this, we'll get into shortly, I just want to say a huge shout out and thank you to all my amazing clients for being so sort of supportive and chilled whilst I was going through the last couple of weeks of madness, moving house and stuff. I'll get into why, because I wasn't that active in my Facebook group. And I want to say a huge thank you to Fred for holding the fort for me, being active in my Facebook group, taking off a load of the stress from myself, for over these past couple of weeks, and since she's been helping me coaching my group as well. So thank you guys to my clients, and thank you, Fred. Now, recently, I hope you're not hearing me having a drink too much on this new fucking snazzy microphone. Now, obviously, recently I bought a house. And it has been a mixture of overwhelm, amazing, buzzing, stress. Like, honestly, guys, like, it's been a crazy time. Now, actually buying the house was so smooth and so fast. It took about 9 weeks to complete in total. Now, I want to say, like, I used Barrett's. That's who the developer was, and PLS solicitors. Those guys were great. Everything was so smooth. People always say buying a house is so fucking stressful. The solicitors are shit. You're gonna have to keep chasing them and all this, yada yada. But I went in house with everything. Went in house, and it was great. It wasn't really stressful. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't really stressful. But on the day we completed a couple of weeks ago, and I got into the house, that's when the stress hit for me. It was like, honestly, it was like the universe, the world just conspired against me and said, because it's been so smooth with you buying this house, now, Mr. T, we're going to drop the shit on you. You're going to fucking have it, mate. And honestly, like, things that happened to me in the first week, you couldn't write it. And that's why I've called this episode How to Manage When Life Gives You Lemons, because it felt like I was having fuck lemons, mate. It felt like someone was throwing a fucking fruit bowl at me, honestly. Like, so here's a few things that happened to me in the first week. Now, I'm gonna go with the biggest devil first. I had no Wi-Fi. I moved in on the Friday. BT couldn't get a hub out. Like, it's fiber broadband. All that was installed in the house when it was built by Openreach and what have you. But BT, when I rung them, said, okay, we'll get your hub out on Thursday. So I moved in Friday, and it was Thursday before I got the hub out. Well, actually, it got delivered on Wednesday, but I'm going to tell you what happened in a minute. So listen, guys, until you get Wi-Fi and internet taken away from you, you won't understand. If you've had it, you'll know what I'm on about. You won't understand, like, how much we rely on it now. I couldn't watch telly, yeah? Where I am currently as well, it's like been a trade-off between a beautiful home, beautiful countryside in the Peak District in the UK and England, but there's a trade-off because there's no fucking 4G, mate. There's no 4G. So I couldn't even use my mobile phone as a hotspot. I literally could not do anything. I couldn't even, I had no furniture, which we'll get onto shortly. I had, like, no drawers and stuff like that. So I couldn't even start unpacking properly. So the first thing was having no Wi-Fi. But I want to say, when I went out Thursday time recording this, last Wednesday, I seen the Royal Mail van going past, and I had to go and flag him down. I'll tell you why I had to go out to him shortly. But I had to go and flag him down. I got my hub. I stuck it in, no pun intended, set it up. And I was like, I'm not better be connected till tomorrow, meaning last Thursday. Got the hub. I'm just going to try it. And it worked. I had my life back. I had Wi-Fi. I was absolutely buzzing. I had Wi-Fi for 3 hours, for about 2 or 3 hours. And then it cut off. So I was like, right, what is going on? So the day after, on that Wednesday evening, I had to actually get in touch with BT, and they said, oh yeah, it was just Openreach testing the line, like fucking teasing me. Here you go, here's a bit of Wi-Fi, 3 hours, fuck off, mate, you're not having it. Just testing the line to make sure it's all good until we turn you on properly tomorrow, meaning the Thursday. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. So anyway, Thursday come, and there was a red light on my box. LOS light means loss of signal. I'm like, I'm sure that's not meant to be there. So anyway, 7:30 in the morning, as soon as the fucking online chat opened to BT, I was there, straight in there, mate. I was like, excuse me, my Wi-Fi isn't working. It's meant to be connected today. He run a test on the line, said, we're going to have to get an engineer out to you in the morning, Friday. Now, 7 days without internet, 7 days might not seem a long time, but trust me, when you run an online business, when everything is linked through Wi-Fi, through internet, it is a fucking very long time. Trust me. So anyway, an engineer come out on the Friday, and it was just basically, you know what happened? there's a grid up the road, and someone had plugged me into the wrong port, a shit port that wasn't receiving a lot of light because fibers run off light, wasn't receiving a lot of light. So the engineer, sick guy, like, it was from Dove, Matt, it was called. What a guy, Matt, if you're listening to this, probably because he's not Type 1, but you are the man for giving me my fucking life back, mate. But he just put it into another port, we were rolling, so we got the Wi-Fi back. That was the worst thing, no internet. Honestly, until that shit gets taken away from you, and you are in the countryside where you can't get 4G, you can't use your phone as a hotspot, you will not understand the level of severity. Honestly, it's like fucking first world problems in it, honestly. So that was the first thing. The next thing, as I mentioned then, I had to go outside and flag the Royal Mail guy down for my hub. Why? Because all my deliveries were getting returned. All my deliveries were getting returned because I'm on a new build. I'm in a new build estate. The street wasn't registered yet. No delivery drivers could find it. I was ordering shit and it was getting emails saying, sorry, like, we couldn't find you. Also, they couldn't ring me because I had no signal. They couldn't ring me as well. So when I did, like, go back home to, like, mum and dad's where I connected to Wi-Fi, which is where I was going back, I had to see them, of course. Love you guys. But when I did, like, I was, excuse me, that can get rid of. We're not even finished yet. When I did go back home, I was getting all these answer phone messages or from DPD drivers and stuff saying, we couldn't find you, we've had to take it back. So literally all my deliveries were getting returned. Yeah, all my deliveries were getting returned. That was a pain in the ass. I did eventually start to get deliveries, though, because I had a chat with the guys at the sales office for Barrett's, absolutely mega guys. They've really helped me out. So I had a chat with them, and they managed to obviously register the address, start getting a few deliveries. And one of my deliveries was a dining table. Obviously, I need a dining table. I've got a dining room now. I've never bought a dining table. There's so much shit that I've bought in here, like lampshades, air fresheners, shit like that. I've never had to buy that. Completely fucking adult now. Well, don't know about being an adult. Probably never be classed as an adult, but, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there, team. So, yeah, a dining table. Dining table gets delivered. I was like, mega, I'm going to have somewhere to sit down in my dining room and eat my meals and stuff, because every room has got a purpose for me in this house. Like, hey, I'm recording this now, I'm working, this is my office. Obviously, bedroom sleeping, kitchen cooking, living room chilling. You get the fucking picture. If you got a house, you know, you allocate a task to every room, right? When I've never had that before, coming from my parents' house, it was sleeping, eating, working all in one room, right? Obviously, I could go and sit in the front room with them. But anyway, more to the point, I had a dining table. Yes, I'm eventually going to have somewhere I can sit down and eat off. I go to put it together, and there's pre-drilled holes in the legs and like a connector box in the middle. But basically, long story short, some fucking banana had pre-drilled one out of the four legs too high, so it won't connect up. Go figure, won't connect up. The next thing, I had a decorator around. He managed to find it. Well, after fucking ringing me. And I've had 3 walls in my house wallpapered. The front room, we was a roll short. I know it's only a little thing, but after all this shit going on, it just adds up. The little things just add up. You couldn't write it, mate, honestly. And throughout all this, gang, I was having a lot of hypos. A lot. Now, I was highly stressed. Moving house is stressful, and this just added more to it. But for me, stress normally causes me to rise, right? But it didn't. I actually had a lot of lows. So I had like a 80%, you know, like 20% decrease in my basal, so 80% basal rate on, 10 basal. I was having a lot of lows. Having sorted all that out while sorting all this out all the time was just fucking stressful in itself. And then at the start of this week, well, finally I got Wi-Fi. I started to get my life back. I could manage to, you know, start creating content and stuff like that again. Things started to settle down a little bit. But on Monday, my body decided to play up. So I got a bad stomach. Now, so what? We get a bad stomach all the time. But literally, I'm going to get pretty graphic here. I would have probably went to the toilet for a number 2. Let's be honest, we're adults, for a shit. Yeah, if you call it that. About 12 times on Monday. 12 times. Yeah. And I was feeling crap, literally. You know, when you get a bad stomach, how crap it makes you feel. Yeah. And then Tuesday, I woke up, went to the toilet. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be graphical. Yeah, so I did warn you. Tuesday, I wake up and go to the toilet. I look down and see blood. I was like, whoa, this is a bit fucking scary. So anyway, I was on and off the toilet all through Tuesday. It was fine, no more blood. But then late Tuesday afternoon, go to the toilet, I see more blood. I was like, you know what? Nah, that worried me. So I drove myself to Buxton Hospital, which is where I'm living in Buxton, the UK. Literally, the hospital is about a 5-minute drive. Quite lucky in that respect. Drove myself to the hospital, seen a nurse in there. She said, honestly, unless there's blood and it's dark and it's filling the toilet bowl, I wouldn't worry. It sounds like you've just got a stomach bug. Now, gang, I'll be honest with you. The reason that I was so worried when I seen this is because before my dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer, he had a similar thing where he's on the toilet and he had severe bleeding, but it was dark blood. It was on and off, and then we took him into hospital. This is about 5 or 6 years ago now. Love you, Dad, if you're listening to this. Miss you guys, even though I'm back and from like all the fucking time still speaking to you, but it's weird. But yeah, anyway, he was on the toilet, like literally just shitting pure blood, and that's why I was so scared. You know, your mind starts to play tricks on you. You create a little story, don't you? Yeah, and that's why I was so scared. But luckily, it wasn't dark. It wasn't filling the toilet bowl. So the nurse wasn't too worried. She was like, look, I think it's just a bug. But because you've been to the toilet that much, that's why you're seeing blood. So that just topped it off, really, all that shit happening. Then that happening, taking myself into hospital. But I woke up yesterday, it's Thursday now, time recording this, yesterday, hop, skip and a jump, felt fucking mint, and now I feel back to normal. So as you can see, life gave me a lot of lemons since moving into this house. Life gave me a hell of a lot of lemons. Honestly, it was like the universe saying, right, everything's been so smooth. Now you're fucking getting it, mate. Now you are getting it. But I'm going to twist this around a little bit now. It can be the same with your blood glucose control. You could have a great day and then a not so great day where it seems like the universe is conspiring against you, saying, mate, we're just going to remind you, you are a fucking type 1 diabetic and we're going to kick you in the fucking ass. And this is going to be one of those days or one of those time periods. We've all had that, right? Even me. I know my clients get it at times. We've all had that. So you know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. It's how you view these things. It's how we view these things, team. Yeah. And yeah, I won't lie, having no Wi-Fi, my delivery getting returned, the shit with my dining table, like the lows, the bad stomach, it was scary. It was really fucking stressful. Just moved into a new house. It's meant to be mint. It's meant to be buzzing. You know, it's a very momentous, it's a big occasion. But all this stressful shit happening, it's how you view it. And it's going to be the same with you. When we have bastard diabetes days, BDDs, as me and my clients call them, you know what I'm talking about if you're watching this. It's how we view that stuff. It's how we view that stuff. And honestly, this is how it was hard, but I tried to view everything happening to me over the past couple of weeks since moving in. I tried to view it as, yeah, the universe throwing fucking lemons at me and that, but I tried to view it as it's testing me. It's testing me. So when everything starts to run smoothly and I'm more settled, I have a true appreciation for what's going on. Yeah, that's how I view it. Fred on my podcast, on my Instagram, has just piped up now and told me, I forgot to tell, yeah, I should have made that a note, that my Libra also ran out as well. So I've been back to good old finger pricks, which to be honest, hasn't been too bad. It's been a nice break. But that's another thing that has been there. I've been off the Libra for 4 days now, 4 or 5 days, just back on finger pricks. Yeah. But back on it, it's how you view these scenarios. It's how you view these bastard diabetes days when shit isn't going to plan, no matter what you've used all your fucking ammo, all your diabetes ammo, thrown it at diabetes, and it's still like, nah, mate, it's not happening. It's how you view it. And it's how I viewed all this stressful shit happening to me. And honestly, it is just a test, so you really do appreciate it. And it's the same with you. These bastard diabetes days, things don't go your way. It's just a test, because then if things were fucking sunshine and rainbows all the time, team, in life, like, you wouldn't appreciate, you really wouldn't start to not, yeah, maybe a few times, but you really wouldn't appreciate and have gratitude for it. You wouldn't. You take it for granted. Yeah. If we didn't have these testing and challenging times, if life didn't give us lemons, if we didn't have bastard diabetes days where shit's just hitting the fan, yeah, you wouldn't appreciate the days when things are going well, yeah. So there's always a flip to it. There's always going to be a flip. Now, for me, the flip side, what's the flip side over these past couple of weeks? Well, first off, I own a home, and that takes a while to sink in. I've been sat here by myself because I'm living by myself, but I'm a bit of an antisocial bastard at times, even though I've been trying more, which I'll tell you how in a minute. I've been sat here in the evening, eating my meals, not on my dining table because I've still got a fucked up leg. But Wayfair are going to send out some more legs, so I'm going to be able to sit at my dining table. Been sat on my sofa bed in the living room because my sofa's not been being delivered yet. I've not put that on the list because I knew when I bought a sofa it'd be a while. Crazy at the moment with sofas and shit like that and building trades and what have you. But anyway, been sat here, been thinking, mate, like, come on, Tom, you own a beautiful home. Look around at what you've achieved. Yeah, look around at what you've achieved. Now, also, I've managed to get on the property ladder. That's a big thing. Not everyone is blessed enough to be able to get on the property ladder. Actually, I'm going to change that. You know what? Saying blessed enough. If you want something, team, if you want something that bad, you've got a goal of buying a house. Fucking work your ass off because it will happen. Work your ass off, create a vision board, put a house on there, do everything in your power to achieve it because everything will then start to line up and you will achieve it. Any goal, yeah, any goal, if you want it that bad, you will achieve it. But yeah, I managed to get on the property ladder. That's a huge thing. I've got a beautiful home. And then to top it off, if you guys have got me on socials, Facebook, Instagram, I'm posting a lot on my Instagram stories at the moment of where I live because you know what? It is fucking gorgeous. And I am very privileged to be able to buy a house in this area. It is in the countryside. Obviously, the downside is there's no fucking 4G. So if Wi-Fi goes down, I'm fucked. But the views are amazing. It's amazing for cycling. It's amazing for running. It's amazing for walking. Like, I love being outdoors. And there's nowhere else I would prefer to live where I'm currently living because I've got that amazing countryside on my doorstep. Yeah. Now, a few things as well that I have done since I've lived here. I signed up to a cycling club, which I've been into cycling over a year, and I've never had a cycling club. I've been out cycling with mates and stuff, but I decided, I was like, Tom, yes, you're a bit of an antisocial bastard, but come on, you're living on your own now. You need to step outside your comfort zone and go and meet new people. So I've signed up to a cycling club. I had the first ride with them today. Guys, if any of you guys are listening to this, thank you so much. They gave me such a great, warm welcome and showed me some new roads. It was mega. A lot of climbs. I got cramp in my legs part of the way through. I had a low. How do I know that I had a low? If I've got no Libra, I've got no mile. Well, I'm very in tune with my body. I could feel it. So I smashed a couple of gels down. Bob's your uncle. Happy as Larry. That was towards the end of the ride. I was sweet. I was sorted. It was a mega ride. So thank you to you guys from Buxton Cycling Club for giving me such a warm welcome. I've also signed back up at CrossFit Buxton, where I was a few years ago, because I need to get that routine back. I need to start having some accountability. So I've gone back to classes, CrossFit classes there, because I just enjoy that style of training. And I've done that, yes, for my fitness, but because I'm trying to get outside my comfort zone and meet new people. I'm in a new area. There's only a few people I know. I know the guys that own CrossFit Buxton, so big shout out to Adam and Sean. Thank you for having me back, lads. Love being back so far, even though it's only been a couple of classes. But yeah, I needed to step outside my comfort zone. I'm in a new place, and I need to kind of go and meet new people, right? New people, which is something that I've never been the best at doing, but I am trying. So, guys, that just about sums it up. That was quite a journey, right? Quite a journey. First poddy, first podcast, first live on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, in the new place, and I hope you enjoyed it and took something from it. Like I said, we sometimes do not have a choice of what happens to us in life. Like getting type 1, we didn't sign up for that. It wasn't like, fucking give it here, mate, I'll have it. I fucking love that shit. I've heard about it. My mate's got it. I've read it online. I'll have it. We didn't sign up for that shit. Yeah. Me having no Wi-Fi, like deliveries being returned. No, it's only small things, but they can add up. But sometimes, guys, life is going to give you shit that you would prefer not to have. You would prefer not to have. But it is how you view it. It is how you view it that matters. Yeah, that's the shit that counts. That's the shit that counts. So, team, that is how to manage life. When it gives you lemons, when it gives you shit that you don't really want, it's all about how you view it. It's just a test, so you appreciate shit when things are going well in life, because there's always chapters in life, there's always ups and downs, yeah. And you would not appreciate the ups if it was a constant up. You wouldn't, yeah. So that's why you're going to get some downtimes. Just the way that shit is, mate. Just the way that stuff is. So, team, as we close out now, I want to say thank you very much for listening to this episode. You guys watching me on the live, thank you. I appreciate you all. Yeah. And I want to say thank you to every single one of you who've reached out and wished me congratulations on managing to buy a house. Thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you as much as you guys appreciate me, which I always say. Sorry that I've not been the best at replying to everyone. There's been a lot of people, and you now know my story of Wi-Fi. So that's why. And yeah, I'm going to close out there, team. Yeah. I do want to say, as I always say, if you got value from this episode, please leave me a rating and review on the podcast app, as it really does help me reach more type 1 diabetics. I will throw in there a shameless plug now. Yeah. Because I am settled. Yeah, some of my amazing clients have come to the end of their 12 weeks with me. They've absolutely smashed it. They're telling me how much it's changed their life. They've improved their blood glucose control, more time in target, HbA1c's improved. Because a lot of these guys are coming to an end, I've actually got 5 spaces now to help 5 type 1s improve your blood glucose control. And basically, I am currently wearing my type 1 movement hoodie. And on the back, it says #changing T1 lives, because literally you don't just need to hear me to say it. I've got testimonial after testimonial after testimonial, social proof after social proof of how I've changed type 1 diabetics' lives. So if you do want my help in changing your life, improving your blood glucose control, yeah, I've got 5 spaces. Now, you guys listening to this on the podcast, in the show notes below, there will be a link where you can book a call in with myself. And on that call, all we do is we have a chat and actually find out if you like me, if I like you, if I can help you. And if so, we will go over all the ins and outs and see how we can get you set up and started. Guys, watching this on the live, all you need to do is get me on socials. You've obviously got me on socials because you're watching it on my social media accounts. All you need to do is DM me with the word BG for blood glucose. BG, and we'll have a chat. Yeah, and we'll see how I can help you. 5 spaces for now, so we're picking things back up. Guys, that is it. Thank you. I've tried to close out twice, haven't I? But I'm fucking loving it. I'm loving having my own space, having my own office. I could ramble on for days, but we're going to end it. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you very much, team, for giving me your ears and eyes today. I hope you got value from it. Until the next fucking episode, it's been an absolute party. Thank you. Peace. Team, that is it. I'm just going to have a look through comments. I'm going to start with Facebook. Becky giving it a good old laugh. Thank you. I'm not sure what part you was laughing at, Becky. But hey, guys, as much as I like to deliver value and something either actionable or something to kind of flick a switch in your head and make you think, hey, you know what? That's right. This dick is talking some sense. As much as I like to do that, I actually like to make you guys laugh as well. Because, hey, we've got to laugh. We've got to smile. That's what life's about when it boils down to it. Right. So thank you. Right. I'm going to have a quick flick through. You guys are over here and up. The setup's completely changed. It's not just a stone's throw away now, is it? Right. Let me have a scoot through. And see Fred with a yes. You see me. Thank you. We've got a few emojis going on. Jen Make Lemonade, definitely. Got a lot of love going on there between you two. Love it. Freddie doing amazing and very proud of me. Thank you so much, Freddie. I appreciate that. We've got a lot of claps. Thank you. Hands up. Love it. Caroline, good office setup. Thank you very much. Right, team. I'm going to end it there. We're going to close out on that. Thanks for watching. And nothing much to say. No, said it all. Until the next live. Peace. Have a great day.